First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Damn, man, there's things happening left and right. All right, I'm here about to do a video on this. You got a breaking news here. It says the Pentagon is on lockdown over reported shooting outside. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that too, see how it goes. All right, but hey, the video that I'm doing for this one, all right, is get ready. Okay, get ready because here you have NYC, as it says here. This is from NBCnews.com, and I want to highlight a quote, all right, specifically that this guy said, all right, which hints that things are gonna get much, 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 all right, more draconian than this. Now it says NYC becomes first major U.S. city to set up dates, compulsory dates, all right, with Vanessa, and you need proof or Vanessa proof for indoor dining or slash gyms, okay, and many more too. Now, in here, all right, which I'm not gonna really read this article, but I will put the link in the description. Now, in here it says here, it is time. All right, and this is what he said, De Blasio. It is time for people to see Vanessa as literally necessary to living a good, a full and healthy life. If you are unvanessed, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things. I'm going to read that again. It is time for people to see Vanessa as literally. Let's look up the word literally. All right. It says in a literal manner or sense, exactly, verbatim, word for word. Well, not in the informal sense. We want in the to the letter, accurately, strictly, closely, precisely, exactly. All right. So he's saying here, it's time for people to see Vanessa as literally, like you need this to living a good, full, and healthy life. And if you're unvanessed, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things. This devil is speaking like a dragon. All right, they're speaking like a dragon. Okay, and you need to get ready, man. All right, now what I want to focus on is when this, all right, hits supermarkets. Okay, when this hits supermarkets, because now, they're talking about indoor dining and gyms, but it's not gonna stop there. And people will uprise, people will protest. I have a couple precepts on that here, but when it comes to supermarkets, that they know that when they do that, it's gonna literally force a lot of people's hands. Okay? Now, you may be able to say, okay, well, I'm just gonna order my groceries online. But they're gonna see people doing that, and they're gonna find a way to cover that as well. But this will come to your supermarkets. They know that that's a very good or however they want to put it, whether incentive or consequence. But if supermarkets are where you buy groceries, you buy damn near everything that you need for your house, necessities included, right? If stores, if stores, let's rule out the ordering online option for now, right? If stores say you can't come in here if you're unvanessed, where do you think you buy tampons? Where do you think you buy water? Where do you think you buy groceries? Where do you think you buy toilet paper, paper towel, medication, okay? Clothes. Everything you have, you buy from a store, okay? Everything you use, you buy from a store. If you need a charger, if whatever you need a book, you need gas. You buy all of these things, all right? And if they say, well, if you unvanessed, we're not gonna service you. See, there's one thing of okay, proof of Vanessa to come inside our stores, but there's also another thing where they say proof of Vanessa to be serviced. To be serviced. That means you may go to a gas station, But if you it doesn't matter if it's outdoors. If you don't have proof, you're not being serviced. That means you can't get gas. That's what that means. All right. So these devils are definitely moving very fast. Now, as we're looking at all this, I mean, there's so much happening in the world. It's it's hard to keep up. But these are all signs, as Yahushua said, and I'm just gonna hit that real quick in Matthew 24, and I'm just gonna go straight to the point, which is verse 8. All right, it says, "All these are the beginning of sorrows." Now, when you read up a couple of verses and down a few verses, he goes into certain things that would be happening, especially the verses above, because the disciples asked him, "Well, what are going to be the signs of your coming and of the end of the world?" And we are seeing those signs right now. All right, they are amplifying and they are everywhere. Okay, and as we approach September, man, these just look, just watch. All right, just watch, man. And it'll be like a movie when you actually outside the store and they tell you, "No, you can't come in here." What's going to run through your mind when you stand there and you say, "Wait, hold up. Oh shit, now what?" Now what? All right, this thing is real, man. And just as we told you, when this thing first came out, we said, look, they're gonna first off, they started with their stupid little recommendations. We told you no, they're gonna start mandates. We told you they're gonna say first, instead of recommending the mask, you're gonna have to wear the mask. You're gonna need the mask to come into the store. And then lo and behold, did we not tell you they will substitute the mask for Vanessa? All right. But see, for a lot of people, it just went right past their ears because it wasn't that time. It wasn't happening in the moment. So whatever. But now you get into the point. Now keep in mind, and I'm gonna hit some more of these precepts, but keep in mind this, that people will protest. People will uprise. There will be uproars about this. But who are gonna be the ones protesting? The ones majority of the ones who are gonna be protesting are the ones who are unvanessed. Because they're the ones who is gonna really affect. If you done went and consented and you took Vanessa or you became Vanessa, why would you be protesting if you're good? So you're gonna have people protesting, people that are not with it, protesting and coming against. But here's one thing: you protested against police brutality, okay. You protested against the whole George Floyd situation, okay. You want to defund the police, okay. Here's one thing though: they backed off for a lot of these different things, but they're not gonna back off on this because they have in their minds the scientific backing and the narrative to support the push for these draconian mandates. So with that momentum they use to mandate this, they're not gonna back up because you're saying, "Oh well, you're saying I can't go into the store because I'm unvanessed." No. So the more violent the riots that are soon to come get, the more the more momentum they will have to shut them down. They're not gonna have to back off because they're gonna be doing this in the name of public health. And ain't nothing you can do to protest against public health. So if in the name of public health they need to take you out your house, all right, cast you out your house as it says in 2nd Ezra 16, and isolate you, or they need to quarantine off certain blocks in the name of public health, you damn right they can do that. All right. And you know what? For some people in their minds, they're gonna say, "Well, you know what? Things are getting hard, but I might just break because I might get a second chance since this isn't the Marcus." Don't get deceived, man. Do not be deceived and think, "Damn, things are getting really hard. You know what? I'm just gonna get Vanessa, but then when the Marcus comes, I'm not gonna take that. See, that's gonna be my ultimate last stand." You in a trick bag. If that's your mentality, you're in a trick bag. But it's gonna become reality for a lot of people when they start going through these. I mean, they're gonna go through it. All right, they're gonna go through it, and they're gonna say, look, the scriptures say don't take the Marcus, so I ain't gonna take the Marcus. But for this one, I don't know. Do you think that the temptation is gonna be lighter when Marcus comes out? Come on, this is a forerunner. It comes before. Whatever's coming after this is going to be far, far worse. Not to forget Agenda 21. So they're moving very, very, quickly. All right. And very harsh. So get ready. Get ready because your jobs, yeah, we can't stress it enough. They're gonna come. They're already doing it now. New York is not gonna be the only U.S. city to do this. It may be the first, but it will not be the only. And as the rest follow, you're gonna see a very great divide, man. Okay, and it's very interesting to see, how this plays out. But we're starting to see because you have here the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, and I'm just gonna read it real quick. But it deals with sedition, right? It deals with uprisings. It deals with now, what's gonna cause that? Are people just gonna get up one day and I'm breathing air. I just wanna ride. No, there's gonna be a need where they're not gonna regard their kings nor princes. There's gonna be a cause where they're gonna say, to hell with all this. What we're gonna do is gonna be in our power. We're gonna do what we want to do. There's gonna need to be some sort of something that causes that reaction. Now, this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, which Yahweh prophesied that as well, and swords being weapons. And lately, there's been articles about so much weapons being bought that there's not even enough ammunition. All right, it says, verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, and sedition goes into uprisings, coming against insurrection, basically. Let's look up the word sedition. All right, it says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. It says rioting, insurrection, insubordination, insurgents, rebellion. So you're going to be seeing a lot of this. And what are they going to be rebelling against? These draconian mandates. And these vanest people that think, oh, it's just going to pass over me. You must be dreaming, man. You smoking dirt, because that's not going to happen. You're going to get affected too. Now, I actually see, let's go to RT News, and if the article is still here, it'll show. Here you got Cuomo being accused of sexually harassing women, but yet he's out here with all the confidence in the world to mandate things. All right, let's see if I can find it. It was about the protest that was going on. Let's see. And I mean, there was a video. I mean, they're wilding out. All right, you got floods, you got wildfires, you got man. Now, in the different protests, I'm trying to see if I can find that article. Man, you got people. There we go. Look, you got German police officer throwing elderly woman to the ground, and he literally grabbed her ass in like a chokehold and just basically slammed her to the ground. If the video will show, yep, here we go. And what is this? Anti-lockdown protests turn violent with police in Germany. So if they're protesting about anti-lockdowns, what you think? You think as winter comes, they're not gonna put lockdown measures in place? Yes, they will. But if people are protesting about anti-lockdowns, you think they're not gonna protest about anti-Vanessa? You know? Hell yeah, they will. All right, so let's see. Fuck it. I think it's this video. Let me play it. Things are gonna get violent, man, very quickly. There you go. Man, he choked that ass out. Woo. You see that? They're not gonna regard old or young. She said she's going. He said, "Where you think you going? Come here." Boom. See that? So I mean, now wait till they actually have them big ass guns with names you can't even pronounce. All right, and then you try saying, hey, and see see what happens to you. All right. It says there we go. This one, man. This dude, look at this. Let me actually set it up so it plays. This dude straight kicked the yo. I mean, And this is in what, Germany? All right, let's take it back. Look at that. Woo! You just completely kicked the dude in there, man. Let's go back. And I don't even think that was a, yeah, that wasn't even a protester. But look at that. Look at this is look. This is what they doing, man. Anti-lockdown protests. All right, they're not playing. You out here chest kicking people. You choking old women. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing, man. All right, but this is over there in Germany over anti-lockdown. So how bad you think it's gonna get, man, when it comes here? All right, over anti-Vanessa. I can't go to the store. They're gonna be like, this some BS. All right, we got him. Now there was also one thing. If I could find it, let's see. New York bill to indefinitely detain um, health risks. See if something will pop up. Yep, I think it might be this one. There we go. Don't forget about this bill once it loads up here. So I'm just gonna close out a few of these. It says and this was in the beginning of the year in January. Proposed, and we know how they flip, right? Now it says proposed bill gives New York governor power to detain people considered public health risks. All right, and I remember when this came out, Assembly Bill A416. All right, which they're gonna bring that them contact tracing and all of that back. Now I want to skim through and see if there we go. A bill introduced by New York State Assemblyman will give Governor Cuomo the authority to remove or detain someone deemed a threat to the public health amid concerns over the Crown Vicky, all right, thing. Now, what is the narrative now? The narrative now is unvanessed are a threat. They are a health threat, especially the ones that refuse to comply. So, don't you think now, or as we approach the winter, you think they just did away with this bill? No, they proposed it, but when they did propose it, they weren't pushing the mandates like they are now. They weren't getting draconian then like they are now. And the reason they are doing it now, and I suspect the reason they keep pushing September is because they're expecting the FDA to approve it before that time, where they can hit the gas full force with those mandates and get all full on dragging on your ass. All right, now when they do that, that would be the perfect time to actually pass this bill. Because now this bill isn't going to be for everybody, but mainly they're going to propose it as, well, this is also another part of the carrot and the stick. If you don't want to get, what did Cuomo say? We need to go knock on these doors, convince them, put them in cars, and go get them vanessed. So you could definitely see this guy saying, well, we need to go into those houses for those that don't want to comply and remove them and detain them until they do want to comply. Now, if you want to come back home to your family, right? If you want to come back home to your neighborhood so that you don't put others at risk, then you're going to comply. If not, we're going to keep you in this isolation center and you're going to stay here for a while. Indefinitely, really. It says Assembly Bill A416 states that a questionable individual or group of people shall be detained in a medical facility or other appropriate facility or premises designated by the governor. All right. Let's see. Yeah, and that's that's pretty much all I'm gonna read on that. I will put the link to this article and also this article here in the description, so you can read it yourself if you're interested. Now, let's keep going in the book of 2nd Ezra 15. It says here, I read verse 16. All right, going into the insurrection, they're gonna do what they want to do. Now, of course, you guys think Biden is here? Oh yeah, and the same people who, oh, Biden save us. When that dude brings some troops out here and they start enforcing this because people are not with it, That's going to be interesting to see. All right, and everything is harder in the winter. Everything is harder, and guess what? That's why they're targeting the winter, because people are gonna want to comply when it's cold and you got all this evictions going on and all. Man, look, they're throwing out everything, so they could just come and say, look, well, we could extend it, do another moratorium, but maybe only for those that that want to comply. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. New York City, all these other cities, they're going to be troubled. There's going to be chaos in the streets. The houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. Why? Because this is only the beginning and it's going to get bad. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, which is a weapon. A modern day weapon is a gun, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You hear that? Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. People are going to be put in desperate situations, and they're gonna take desperate actions. All right, now these devils think they have it under control, but it's gonna blow over their faces and get out of hand. All right, because the Lord is gonna put the spirit on people to where it gets so chaotic. All right, now I'm going to actually just jump down a bit, 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm going to hit verse 70. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Now notice, we know what the Marcus is, right? And we believe that this Vanessa is a forerunner, all right, for Marcus. So in our minds, we're not dealing with Vanessa, we're not dealing with Marcus, we're not dealing with any of their policies. All right, we comply until we can't, but when you come with things like this, we're not with it, right? So they're gonna come upon us because a lot of people that have made up their mind to not take Marcus are also gonna make up their mind or have made up their mind not to deal with Vanessa, and a lot of those people are gonna be people that fear the Lord. Of course, you will have others, all right, that are just this is just what I believe in. But only the elect are the ones that are going to be defended. All right, it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And did we not just read about the assembly bill? Okay, it's going to get there. It's going to get there. It's going to come to your supermarkets. It's going to come to your retail stores. It's going to come everywhere, to your public parks, to anywhere you eat, to the fact that you outside, and then to the fact that you inside. Okay, it's gonna come to isolation camps, medical centers. Yeah, it's gonna get real full on. What do you think Jacob's trouble is about? All right. It says here, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. See, so that's when they're doing all of this and they're coming and it looks like there's no way out, and they come like a flood, the Lord is going to lift up a standard on behalf of his elect. And people and everybody's going to know those are the chosen of the Lord, because ain't no evil can touch them. All right, and that's what we're banking on. We have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So bring it on, man. All right, bring on your witchcraft, bring on all your shit. But we know that regardless of what you do, you can only do what the Most High is giving you power to do. All right, so that means you can only go so far. But ain't nothing you can do to us that the Lord didn't sanction. All right, and I'm at you read verse 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide." So if you believe this truly, then you will be fine. All right, you're not going to panic and you're not going to lose your mind. As a matter of fact, you'll be excited because you believe that when this time hits, we will be delivered, we'll be taken care of. All right, so with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying unto the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha'ak Wadash. Until next time, Shalom.